Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Pop. I'm your host, Drip Coach. Let's jump right into it. So in the ever-evolving world of cryptocurrency and DeFi, there are principles that stand tall, anchoring us to what truly matters. Today, we dive into one such principle: integrity. Now, I've exposed some malpractices within our community, and today let's focus on the path forward and the values that drive us. The core of today's discussion is, of course, integrity. Now, integrity, by definition, has a few: firm adherence to a code of especially moral or artistic values, incorruptibility, an unimpaired condition, soundness, the quality or state of being complete or undivided, completeness, or the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. To me, integrity, by definition, is about honesty, morality, and consistency of character. It's not just about saying the right things, but doing them, especially when no one's watching. And that's a perfect segue into the actual core principles of the Drip ecosystem. So let's play a clip from Forex, reference that from AMA he did last year, about 11 months ago.
Yeah, so I would say what we represent is integrity, value, and innovation. And what we will be doing over the next couple of years is taking all of the major financial instruments and bringing them to DeFi. That is my goal.
And let's go to another clip in the same AMA that he reinforces this, because he talks about in this right now, he's talking about the ideas he wants to bring in, but he comes back to this topic again.
And our vision is really bringing innovation, integrity, and value to DeFi.
Now that was reference a question that actually I posted, and it was answered by him. So it was actually trying to find out what the core values of the Drip ecosystem were in his eyes, as well as what the brand avatar was. So he just repeated that it was the values he wants to represent are integrity, innovation, and value. And he mentioned integrity first. And this was actually the first time that I had heard him in an AMA give this information. Now, he's always talked about value and about transparency and things of that nature, but this was the first time he kind of broke down this triad of what it means for him. So to me, that tells us that, at least in Forex's eyes, he values integrity, because it was mentioned first and it's his core value. And he had mentioned a couple times in other discussions. Now, this brings me to some real world examples where we had lacks of integrity. I think I mentioned this before, but just to recap, because we're going to go a little further with this AMA, but it's good to always tie in real world scenarios. So when we talk about integrity, it's essential. And what happens when it's compromised? Well, we can look at the Enron scandal, for instance. Once held as America's most innovative company, it collapsed almost overnight due to fraudulent financial practices and a lack of transparency. This was all from inside. Their lack of integrity not only cost billions in shareholder value, but also the jobs of 29,000 employees. We got another one with Volkswagen, the emission scandal they had. Volkswagen, the company that manipulated emissions results to appear more eco-friendly than they actually were. Their deceit damaged their reputation. They had to pay more than $25 billion in fines, compensation, and buyback offers. So what again is the price of compromising on integrity? Well, in these large companies, we see it's billions. But what about within the Drip network or within DeFi? So let's connect those dots. In the DeFi space, integrity isn't just a nice to have, it's essential. When we recommend projects, tokens, or platforms, it's not just about short-term gains, but building a community that trusts us being people like myself or other content creators or people writing blog posts, things of that nature. When you're putting things out there, even if you preface it with DYOR, not financial advice, I'm just documenting my journey. Come on, we got to maybe have a little more integrity than that. You know that people are going to follow in behind you. You also know that you did the exact same thing. You know, you followed somebody else's advice and you checked a few boxes and you thought that it was good enough, so you decided to go in. That's all crypto is. It's one big speculative bubble right now, outside of maybe ETH and of course Bitcoin. Everything else is just hype and speculation, looking to build utility and use cases on top of trading cards and magic internet money. So let's cut to the part in the AMA where Forex discusses the issues with drip and gatekeeping as it relates to these core values and the referral structure that basically he believes that the gatekeepers actually have an issue with. And we're gonna kind of dissect what he's saying in here and look at the mechanics he put in place and then evaluate whether or not individuals did indeed use integrity when taking advantage or playing the game. As some of you would like to say, you're like, well, you just played the game the way it was, the code allowed for it. But I want you to listen to Forex and see all the steps that he put in place, or that he tried to put in place, I should say, to make drip quote unquote fair.
Because of the key referral structure. So anytime I get any pushback from a gatekeeping perspective, I get the response of multi-level marketing, right? And anybody that knows anything about drip, it takes time to understand the game theory of it, knows that when someone does a positive action, it pays out one referral bonus, it pays out one commission. Just like Amazon, one purchase happens, one commission gets paid out.
So listen to that. He's saying that it's only meant to pay out one commission, one bonus for one referral, meaning you bring somebody in, they do one action, you get one thing from it. Now, the issue is when that one thing can become more than one thing, right? Clearly, he said that there's the way that he set it up was to make it fair and similar or exact to what the current industries have, like with Amazon. Let's continue.
The commission structure does not change the earlier you are. So if you get on early, you're not getting a higher commission than someone that gets on later. That's multi-level marketing. When you have a multi-level commission structure, that's multi-level marketing, and those are top heavy. When you have a system that only one commission gets paid out per purchase, in our case, it's not even per purchase, it's even more strong than that, it's per staking. This is not multi-level marketing. It's an extremely unique and innovative referral structure that cannot be compared to anything in traditional markets or anything currently in DeFi. And
so he's literally, again, reinforcing that it only happens with one action, like he says, per staking, and that it only gets paid out once. So with multi-level marketing, it's top heavy. The problem with that is that all the rewards flow up to the top. And that's exactly what he tried to avoid. So he tried to make a round robin system so that the rewards would flow around and that there will be no referral leeching. So he's trying to distribute them evenly.
In fact, it's even more fair than even Amazon's referral structure, because if you are a large referrer and you have 5 or more direct referrals, your referral commission is reduced by 25% because that additional 25% goes to the person that you referred. It goes to your downline. So not only is it not concentrating capital at the top, it's dripping capital down to the downlines. And then there's also the stopping, the stop measures put in place where a team can only be 15 levels down, which prevents capital from migrating all the way up chain to the early investors. That doesn't happen with drip. It has a round robin system where when it hits the top of a team, it circles back down to the person that did the direct referral. So not only is it not traditional multi-level.
So again, he reiterates, how the sustainability and how much quote unquote more fair it is even than Amazon. And if you actually listen to his tonality and his cadence, you'll find that he's quite animated in this. So it seems as though he's been agitated with the gatekeeping, so to speak, and the terms of it being thrown out around it being a Ponzi or MLM or pyramid scheme or whatever. And you can hear it in other AMAs as well. So just to me, outside in, it seems as though Forex did his best with the information and level of coding and experience in his team or whatever at that time to build something in. And then again, I've shown you guys that the overwhelming majority of the early investors that got in did not leech this system. Only one did. So nobody else thought of this and nobody else implemented this. Now, I'm quite sure if I were to do some digging now, many people have gone and copied this model, because once it's on the blockchain, you can see it in little DYOR and you're like, oh, hey, this is quite profitable. And maybe the rocket wallet ideas and all that stuff came in, whatever the case may be. But the point is, it was only exploited and done so by just Ray, no one else. And again, Forex put these stop measures in place to try to stop that. And the referral leeching, or the rewards flowing all the way upstream, was circumnavigated, so to speak, by building wallets under himself, so that even though it was only one reward, one action, well, the next action on that wallet still went to him, and the next action on that wallet still went to him, next action, so on and so on. So it became very, very profitable for early on investors such as him that manipulated the system. But it's neither here nor there in regards to what we can do now. As I said, my only request is that he just stop leeching the system. It's really not that complicated, nothing for anything else. But I bring this up for you guys so that you can, again, especially some of the people I've seen in the Protectors of Drip chat, and then a few in the comments and a few in the Telegram, that, yeah, there are people still on both sides. That's fine. I'm not trying to sway anybody's opinion. You believe what you want to, you think it's okay, that's fine. But I'm showing you exactly what Forex stated and what he wanted done with the system, and then you can interpret that however you want as well. You can interpret integrity, innovation, and value however you want. These are just bits and pieces of information, and then it's up to you to decide what to do. So my definition of integrity may be different than yours, may be different than Merriam-Webster's. It doesn't matter. But the point is, as a collective, as the community, we need to find a way forward to ensure sustainability. So regardless of if it should be done, if it can be done, if it was wrong, if it was right, if it had integrity, if it didn't, who cares? I don't care about any of that. The point is, what do we do going forward? How do we fix it? And how can we make sure that it's sustainable? That's it. That's all I'm asking. That's why I bring this up. So at this stage now that we all know what Forex's core values are, we can come together as a collective and create our definition of what those core values are, and create the marching orders for how to execute on those core values according to the Drip Network as a collective, as a community. That's cool. Kind of like, your biblical stories of Moses and the 10 Commandments. He comes down with these commandments, and then you as a community interpret these commandments. So that's kind of where we're at, in my opinion. It's like, yeah, well, as low as we are right now with Drip and where things are at, and still kind of in the bottom of the bear market, and who knows, maybe having another flush down lower. If you're a Gareth Soloway believer, then we have an opportunity to rebuild this, and an opportunity to bring back, like I said, the 70% of the people that have tapped out of the ecosystem. They have not been DCAing. They've just completely forgotten about Drip because it's not worth it to them. But if we come together as a collective and say, hey, here's the core values, here's the marching orders, here's how the community is going to move forward, here's how we're going to support one another, just line everything up the same way you would if this were actually a well-oiled Fortune 500 machine company. But there needs to be a collective unity, transparency, all these different things, so that we can actually get that ironed out. You can't have multiple cogs in the wheel spinning different directions. If we want to go forward, further, farther, faster, then we have to move together, as the African proverb says. So I haven't had, as of this video, I haven't had the discussion with Driptopian, and I don't even know what that will entail for the community collective, but at least it's an opportunity for what I would consider possibly two different sides of the spectrum to talk openly. And the truth is in the middle, as I've told you guys before. So there's the left side, the right side, the truth's in the middle. And the truth is that the community is torn. That's the best way to describe it. There are people that are super excited, bullish, everything's great, nothing's wrong at all, they wouldn't change a thing. And there's people that completely hate it and think it's been mismanaged, and they're wrecked. And then there are people who are in the middle, and they're like, well, I'll just see how it plays out. They have no comment one way or the other. So with that, the only way to me for us to move forward and everybody win, including the fudders, including the ones that want to see Drip fail, they win as well, because they're in Drip. So even though they may want to see it fail, they still win because they make money. And the only way to do that, to me, again, is to unify all the pieces. So just want to bring these clips up, let you guys see what the deal is, and maybe we can figure something out as a collective. All right, that's all I got. Hope that provided some value and some innovation, integrity, and value. If it did, smash that HBO special, help brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See you. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.